Well, boys, it finally happened. I sold the T7 to my dad. I don't know how many videos we made kind of comparing the two and letting him test drive them both, but now this is going to be the first ride where he actually owns it.
Now that I own it, I don't want to beat it anymore, though.
Some of you guys might be watching this video and, you know, have been following along with me saying that I'm going to sell the T7, I'm going to sell the T7. And you might be kind of shaking your head thinking, you know, I had this lucky ticket to get the T7 a couple years ago, one of the first ones. Why would I sell that bike when there's so much interest around it and so many people that, you know, are probably waiting for one and, you know, would want to watch videos on it? Can't say that I disagree with any of those thoughts. And I don't remember if I actually mentioned this in a video now or not, but I think it was, I guess, well, it would have been about a year ago now. I think it was when I first offered you to sell you that bike.
Oh, yeah. And then change your mind.
Something like that, yeah, and then I changed my mind. Even though, I mean, there are some definite reasons, both YouTube related and unrelated, that I decided it was time to part ways with it. It was definitely hard to let it go because it is just such an awesome bike. Obviously trying to make this into a bit of a part-time, I guess it is a part-time job now, and trying to make it a little bit bigger of a income stream for me, and I can't just ride the same bike over and over again. You know, I already put all the stuff on that bike that I wanted to, and as much as I wanted to hang on to it, and as much as I'm sure I could have still made, you know, adventure type content with it, you were looking for one, and you know, I knew eventually I was going to part ways with it. So even though maybe it was a little bit sooner than I really wanted to sell it, I think it made more sense than you buying your own, because now that one's all set up and ready to go for you. It's got all the stuff that I personally think a Tenere 700 needs, along with some stuff that is just nice. What is this? Oh, it's all the caterwauls or whatever coming off the birch trees.
I could have bought a brand new one for the same price, but there's probably about $1,500 worth of stuff on here.
I had added it up, and now I guess I should have had that figure in my head, but I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, quite a bit. Like, the exhaust system's $500, I think the skid plate's $2 or $3. I mean, handlebars and risers and stuff, none of that was all that expensive. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some expensive things done. I think the lights were like supposed to be $200 or $300.
All the work you had to do to put all that stuff on.
Right, yeah, it's definitely a time-consuming process, and that's why I think at the end of last year, or I guess whenever it was that I decided not to sell it to you, I just said, you know, I just do not have the time to do this anymore. I can't keep buying bikes, modding them, and then, you know, selling them right away as soon as they're done, because I just don't have the time to do it. And I'm just, you know, I was kind of sick of putting mods on. But obviously now that I left my 40-hour-a-week job and do this more or less part-time, obviously there's a little bit more time for that. So that's why I picked up the 701, and that kind of leads me into, I guess, the non-YouTube related reasons that I decided to part ways with that bike. And partially, I guess it's kind of the reason that I sort of tried to talk you into the KLR before I had really made the decision, or I guess in between deciding that I was going to sell that and then changing my mind. That bike is not a bike that does well just slowly putting around when you're, I mean, maybe on the road or in trails like this, but it's definitely a kind of grip it and rip it type bike. I mean, you have to commit to ride that bike. I think I was always kind of concerned that I was going to hurt myself with it, because as heavy as it is, that bike just gives you the confidence. I mean, as long as you have the skill to kind of keep yourself moving at least, and not be putting your feet down and not going too slow. I mean, it's an awesome bike, and it has amazing capabilities, but those same capabilities can also get you into some situations that you probably shouldn't be with a 460-pound bike. Probably should have made you sign a waiver or something, but
oh no.
I mean, you know what I mean, right? I mean, that, I guess you put that bike down twice at the Knobby Ridge. Oh, that's a little muddy.
Did I do twice? Oh yeah, I did do it twice.
It's a way more capable bike than the KLR. Not that the KLR can't do just about everything that bike can, other than pull the front wheel off the ground with ease. I mean, they'll do the same things, but that bike, it just has this attitude about it. And I've kind of found that about like the 701 too. Anytime I take that bike out, I feel like I should be practicing wheelies. Where the KLR, I mean, you got to work it pretty hard to get it to do a wheelie, and I kind of feel bad doing it. Where both the 700 and the 701, and they just are aggressive feeling bikes. I mean, they just make you want to do things you probably shouldn't. I mean, I think taking that to Tigerton, I would say I think that was probably stupid, right? Would you agree?
Oh, I don't know. Single track, you mean, or what?
On that single track, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I suppose.
It doesn't take much to just, you know, have an accident and have the bike land on you wrong, and you could have a real problem. And I think, I'm not saying for, you know, just regular old trail use, you know, ATV trails, whatever, that bike, I don't think it's dangerous for that. I think it's actually probably a lot safer than your
Tiger, yeah.
Triumph is, yeah, for sure. It's just, the front end just feels so much lighter.
That's what I was thinking the whole time you're talking about signing a waiver for this or whatever, and say, well, I'm a hell of a lot better off than I was on the Tiger.
I do have to say that after riding the 701 in the woods and just in general, and then trying to move this bike around in the garage yesterday, because I did a few things to it before today, I had to take the grip studs out of it. Oh my gosh, I was like, I don't know if I ever want to take this thing in the woods again. But I mean, you ride a little bike, not a little bike, but a light bike like the 701, and boy, it's just, you wouldn't think that 150 pounds or whatever it is, or 120 pounds would make a difference, but man, does it.
Oh,
It's not too bad, a little bumpy.
well, that's fun, man. Woo!
Yeah, that was just interesting enough to be fun and not too scary.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is this a new road?
No, this is the one we take over here.
Oh, this
I
is the
mean,
one
we don't have to. You can go the other way too.
No, I think this is the one we want though, yeah.
Yeah, this is usually just a huge pine forest, a really nice one.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I think I can kind of picture that.
There, you got a wheelie out of it. I'm not ready yet. I think there's one more reason you sold this too that you haven't admitted to.
What's that?
Can't think of it? You didn't want to change the oil again since you put that goddamn...
You caught me, yep.
Put that skid plate on there. It takes like 3 hours to change the oil. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the first thing Jerry had to do. The oil had 6 or 8,000 miles on it, right?
What?
Oh, I'm just kidding. Only 1,500.
I was going to say, you told me 1,500. What are you talking about now?
No, bike, I think it only, what does it have on it now? Did you break 5,000 yet?
Yeah, 5,060.
I don't know why I'm going so slow. I was waiting for you, but you're right there. I think it was last fall. I finally committed and said, not only to you, but to myself, that was it. You know, I needed to part ways with it. It was going to be yours. And you basically said that you'd take it, that you could give me the money then, you could come pick it up now, or you could just, if I didn't mind, you could just let it sit in the climate-controlled basement instead. Whoop, there's a little snow.
Woo! Oh, where's my back breaker? Is it sliding? Oh, I got the ABS on, don't I?
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. So basically, since then, I had been thinking of that bike. I'm pretty sure I actually, whoa!
Oh!
You all right?
Yeah.
I took the Tusk tank bag off of that one day to do a test on this bike. I don't even remember what video it was, but after that was like still pretty early in last fall, and I just decided after that I was pretty much not going to ride that bike anymore because I didn't want to talk myself back into or talk myself out of selling it. And that's kind of another YouTube related reason. Like I said, obviously selling it to you is very different, just in general, than selling it outright to somebody else. There is 100% no way that I would have done that. I don't think we're getting through this.
Yeah. Oh, come on, let's try it. You want me to go first?
What is it? Oh, this is the other bridge? Yeah, it must be. Wow, this is really moving.
Can you see the bridge at all?
I mean, I think that's what the yellow signs are.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It looks like there's really some like choppy waterway after that too.
Holy shit, yeah, look at that.
Oh wow, yeah, you can hear that water moving. I'm gonna test out my new J&S Engineering extra wide foot pad. I just put that on last night because I kind of thought about it and thought, I bet we're gonna be in some situations that that'll be useful.
Oh God.
I've had it for a while, but I need to make a video on it, and I just hadn't gotten around to it. Decided today'd probably be a good day to have it.
Holy smokes. I left the key on?
Yeah.
How'd I shut it off?
Kill switch maybe? I don't know.
I didn't. No, never.
This is only a couple inches deep. I'll wash my boots off.
Yeah, walk all the way across, see if we can get across this thing.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think this is going to be over my knees pretty quick.
And if we cross this, we'd have to cross it again.
Right. That is true. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get through the other way.
Oh, you're almost there.
Yeah, that's about it. Get a little bit of a water test for the waterproof test of the new MSR ADV boots. I'm pretty sure I sloshed them over the top now. I can feel it. I can feel it running down from the top.
Oh no.
That's all right. That happens.
Yeah, the only thing I'll miss about that Tiger is the road performance.
Really?
It's just I mean, at higher speed, like you could do 80 and you'd still be a little less RPMs than this one will be.
Sure.
Because I think I'll be, well, do you know what the red line is on this?
10,000, I think.
Okay, that's what I figured it was. Yeah, so I would be at probably 7,000 RPMs at 80 miles an hour. So I wouldn't want to do that all day. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm sure people do it. I mean, I get not wanting to, but I don't know that it would really actually hurt anything. But
Yeah.
I feel you there. I get it. Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, I really haven't hammered on this thing yet, but I don't think it's as fast as the Tiger, but it's got a lot more torque.
What was I saying about that now? Oh, we could go down that a little.
Yeah, you really could.
So obviously, you know, making videos myself and handing, you know, the camera over to you when we ride, and also that, you know, you've taken a couple of trips now that you've brought my camera along to film for me. That was kind of a big, not a motivator, but I guess something that kind of made me be able to let that bike go, because not only, you know, am I still going to be able to see you ride it, but, you know, I can also talk you into making videos on it for me. And obviously I can only get out and ride so much with the family, and, you know, you've got a little bit more time and freedom that way. Figure, why not get you on an awesome bike that's ready to go, set up for some adventures, and you can go out and enjoy it and make some videos.
Oh, sure.
While you're at it. So for all those reasons, I somehow talked myself into selling you that awesome bike. I definitely do miss it. I think especially the exhaust note, and just the ability to blip the throttle and get the tire to spin is just, I don't know, there's just, I guess we'll see how the 701 does with that. I don't think it's going to be the same. I think it's really just that anti-squat rear.
Oh, really?
That, yeah, it's just, oh man, it's nice. Yeah, you just blip the throttle and it'll light the tire up, where like this bike, I mean, it doesn't really matter what gear you're in, you pretty much have to drop the... Did I spin the tire at all? I guess I did a little bit.
Oh yeah, you did.
It's just not quite the same. I mean, it's just that it squats before you take off. So yeah, there are definitely some things that I'm gonna miss. And even like on the way up here today, when you were ahead of me and would take off, I mean, I could tell there were times where I had to pin it to get, not like you were really getting away from me, but to keep up, I definitely had to have it pinned.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, whatever. I mean, this is, like I said, this is definitely a much more relaxed bike to be on in comparison. And there's nothing wrong with that, really. I mean, some people prefer that, and it is kind of nice, like I said earlier, to just be able to get on a bike and just kind of cruise and not feel like you should be doing wheelies or anything crazy or dangerous.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun taking that to the UP last year.
Yeah, it's a good bike for that, and I think that one will probably be even better, but still, I mean, there is just kind of something nice about a single cylinder that it's just a little bit more of a calming ride.
Makes you behave yourself. Yeah, this thing has a nice sound to it.
It really does, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that if that ever gets annoying, we can put that baffle back in the pipe.
Oh, you have a baffle for it, huh?
Yeah, there's a removable baffle.
Oh, how much does it quiet it down?
I don't know that it really, I mean, it does quiet it down, but it also just kind of changes the sound. It's not as deep.
Oh.
Which is why I always left it out.
Yeah, I don't know. A little quieter would be okay, but I like the sound.
Yeah, I do too. On long trips, it might be nice, but I mean, I always run earplugs anyways, and as much as some people don't like loud exhaust, as somebody that survived a crash, not that the loud exhaust on the Gen 2 helped me at all, but it's just kind of nice to know that even if people can't see you, they can hear you.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It makes sense.
People say that it closes, loud exhaust closes trails, but none of the trails we ride are anywhere near anybody's house anyways, hardly, so not like it matters. And it's below 96 decibels. Whoa, that's deep. Shit. Make it.
I liked it. My side must have been better than yours.
Yeah.
We gotta go right.
Oh, look at the bald eagle.
Oh, big one too, huh? Jesus,
yeah.
He looks big.
Yeah, he really does, doesn't he? You think we can park on the bridge and take a picture?
Sure.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it does. I wasn't that excited when I got it home, and I'm like, why aren't I excited about getting this bike? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna miss the Tiger. You know, I really like that motorcycle, you know, and all this crap. And then you ride it a couple times, and then you look at the Tiger, and it's like, yeah, It's time. Time to get rid of that thing.
Yeah, I think I'd be having a much harder time if I didn't have the 701 to look at and ride.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that. And even the KLR too, I'm excited to get some miles put on this. I think on our first camping adventure this year, I think I'm gonna take this instead of the 701 actually. And then we'll do the 701 the second time.
Yours looks bigger than mine.
Yeah, it's because it is. It's a friggin' pig. Oop. I don't know why this is always so hard.
So are we just jumping on the road?
I think we have to, right?
Well, otherwise, go back the way we came.
Do you want to do that? I guess I figured you wouldn't. Do you think if you were on your Tiger, would you have offered to turn around and go back the other way? I guess none of it was that hard, so maybe you would have.
I guess so.
I guess it depends on how well it did.
Yeah, it really would. The way it was with the Hyde Now 60s on there, no, I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, those Motos Tractionators are definitely special tires. I like these, the D Sports, but I think the Motos Tractionator Ventures are definitely my favorite. Oh, show off, sure.
Yeah. Oh, I got to turn the ABS off.
I think one of the best ways to describe that bike is that it is confidence inspiring in kind of a scary way.
Yeah, I can see it.
I will definitely miss that bike, but at least I'll only miss it in the sense that it won't be mine. At least I'll get to look at it a lot more, I guess, when we're riding anyways.
Yeah, there you go. A ton more.
It is a good looking bike. As long as you don't put 60,000 miles on it, maybe I'll buy it back from you even too.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know, I keep thinking when I'm older, am I going to want to get on top of this thing and go down the road? And then I remember when I took my trip out to Utah, I was at this restaurant and I saw the motorcycles that were sitting in the parking lot, and then I saw this little guy. He was probably, damn, I don't know, he looked like he was at least 83 or 4. And he had his wife along, and you know, he had all his gear on. Watch this guy walk out in the parking lot. What do you think he gets on? Frickin' GS 1200. I'm like,
oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got the right attitude and you don't overdo it, I mean, anybody can ride anything.
Yeah, true. Should I hit this water at about 60 miles an hour?
If I did that on my four-wheeler, I could just float right across it.
No, you couldn't.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
You're kidding, it floats?
Not floats, but skims.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love the water, the color of the water.
Well, there's a deep hole there. Woo!
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's the other really nice thing about that bike that I always really liked, is that standing position is so nice.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this bike.
Good. I'm glad. I suppose we can call it quits for the video today, guys. Definitely a beautiful day of riding. Hopefully I answered any questions you might have about me parting ways with the Tenere 700, but if I didn't, if you've got any more questions for either me or my dad, let us know down in the comments section and we will try and get back to you. I'm definitely looking forward to getting out and getting on some adventures on this bike, the 701, and I think it'll be pretty cool to have my dad on the, I guess I wouldn't say that I built it, but the modded T7 that I put together and now passed on. So it's kind of a neat thing, and looking forward to watching him put some miles on it. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, stay swanky, get out here, enjoy this beautiful world any chance you get. If you're waiting on a T7 and you can only get a KLR, I would say go for the KLR, but if you ever get a chance to buy a Tenere 700, I would say go for it. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, it's a little step up.
That it is. It is a fun machine. Woo.
I love it.
Glad to hear it.